Hello, can you hear me? Oh, fantastic. I
Oh,
apologize. I
yes.
hadn't realized everybody would be coming in automatically. I thought that I would have time to get ready. My apologies, but great to see you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for
Gotcha.
joining.
Gotcha.
Just give me
Gotcha.
a moment. Let me,
Sydney, you can't have control over everything, my darling.
I do try though.
I know. The world comes next.
Let me just get my round sorted out and then we're ready to rock and roll. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much for joining today. Let me just get this sorted out and we will be ready to go. There we go. Okay, I didn't even have time to check my hair. Terrible, terrible. Okay, hopefully it's almost not messy. But
Beautiful,
I'm sure
darling,
you're not here
as
to look at
ever.
my hair, so that's fine. Wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Brilliant to have you all here. Let me just make myself, in fact, I won't make myself big yet. What I'll ask you to do is have a little networking opportunity by putting your name and where you're from. Actually, your name will be there anyway, but where you're from, where you're joining us from today. And also, if you'd like to, your LinkedIn profile link into the chat so that if there's anybody on the call that you'd like to connect with afterwards, you can go ahead and do that. So I'm just to start off, I'm Sydney Thompson. I am a certified AI for marketing specialist. That's one of my many hats. And I am joining you today from Germany. But obviously, as you can hear, I'm not German, but I've been here for so long now, it almost feels like it. Great, great, great. Wonderful. See people coming in now. Fantastic. Sally, would you put my LinkedIn profile into the chat for me, please, so that anybody who would like to can connect with me afterwards? I've got school kids coming from school any minute, so let me just close the door so that you don't hear the stampede of German kids running in the room. There we go. Fantastic, fantastic. Lovely. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I know that we are all here because we're interested in how AI can actually help you in your business. What I'm going to do first, though, is before we actually start, I'm going to find out a little bit about you. So, what I'd like to do is this is a safe space for us, right? This is a place where we share what we know to encourage and empower each other and find solutions that can help us all. So, what I'm going to do first is ask you if you would be vulnerable enough to let us know what the biggest challenge you face as a solopreneur at this moment in time, or as an SME or entrepreneur. So I'm going to be really cheeky now. If I don't get a volunteer, if you're not going to unmute and volunteer yourself, you will be voluntold. Oh, brilliant, Jonathan. Fantastic. If you want to unmute and share with us, that would be brilliant.
Yes, I'm prepared to reveal my soft underbelly.
Lovely. We'll be that
Yeah.
right there with you, Jonathan.
So the main challenge, well, multiple challenges, some of which are going to be gender related. So doing it on your own, even when people support you, you're still doing it all on your own. And so you're trying to bounce 15 things off the inside of your head. Now, there's a very strong correlation for female entrepreneurs to have ADHD, ADD, and be dyslexic. And that is ironically the thing that makes us so awesome. The problem
Yes.
is, yeah, the problem is that we look at what other people are doing and go, why are you so shit? And that frustrates us because we don't understand that they just don't have the capacity we do. So bouncing around inside my head, it's too easy. Like, so I don't even own a smartphone. I don't know if it'll show in this thing. Yeah, like one of those phones where you have to press the key 3 times to get the letter C. 3 texts, 3 calls. You want to reach me, phone me. So the challenge of being on your own, I would say, if you've got children, obviously that's a huge part of the daily life. Being able to speak to someone who's on your level. So, when you see someone's eyes glass over because they're just not interested. So finding someone, a mentor probably would be what I'd look for. Then understanding that you don't have to have it all, that
Sure.
this myth of normal, the book called The Myth of Normal, it doesn't exist. So we can give ourselves a bit of a breath.
Yeah, so you've hit on several different challenges there, really. There's the doing it all alone. There's the, being hard on yourself because you may not have all of your ducks in a row in the way you'd like to. And then and it's really connected, that's a sense of feeling isolated and not having somebody to sort of hold your hand through it. Now, the beauty of the fact that we're all online today is that it's really much easier than ever before to find communities of like-minded people who share your experiences but maybe are slightly further along or slightly behind you on a similar journey so that you can exchange experience and ideas and all of those things. But when it comes to solopreneur business, there's literally no way to do it all alone. There isn't. It's impossible. So then, where do you find solutions? What do you do? This is why I'm so passionate about AI for business and sharing what I've learned with other women entrepreneurs. Because if you understand the right strategies with AI, from being a complete beginner, you can almost build like a group, an employee team, a group of staff members that can do that work for you. So I'll tell you a little bit about my journey and why I ended up being a certified AI for marketing specialist in a moment. But it's really about how do you delegate as much of your tasks, as many of your tasks as you possibly can. And in my situation, I want to teach you about how you do that with AI, how you get AI to take those tasks off your desk. So you've got more time, more headspace, hopefully more sanity, and then looking at which networking communities you want to join. Nod, nod, win, win, win trade global, because what we're all about is that we're literally a community of people doing it all alone. And most of us, not all of us, but most of us are caregivers. So we have children or older parents. We also do a lot in the community, and that's overwhelming. And this is why I'm so passionate about what I want to teach you all today when it comes to what AI can do to help you with that overwhelm. Leonore, thank you so much, Jonathan. Leonore, you also put your hand up for me, darling. So if you'd like to unmute and do the same.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My inherent challenges have been a solopreneur, too many hats on at any one time. I have to balance my marketing, my delivery, and my biggest actual problem is getting paid and getting paid on time. It's chasing the money. When you're little, people just forget that little bill is really important to me. So at the moment, one of my clients hasn't paid me this year. So, and with when you're working with big companies, you're really, really stuck. So, I also have to make sure that I continue to develop myself as well as a professional. There's a lot of things happening, which is why I'm here. And I don't want to get left behind. So managing my CPD, too many hats, time management is an inherent problem. Charging the right amount is always one of my biggest problems. And getting paid on time as well.
So the paid on time challenge is a challenge that's just always going to be there. And that one, you have to, the bigger the company, the more likely it is that they're going to pay you very, very slowly. It almost correlates one to one. So we currently, with Windtrade Global, we currently work with some huge organizations and we're delivering a lot of work for them. And just like yourself, in some of those circumstances, we haven't been paid yet. So that all factors in around organization. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but you have to factor that into your planning. You have to know that those companies are going to pay you so slowly, and you have to have strategies that keep you going in the meantime in terms of cash flow. I know it's easier said than done. But another thing that AI can help you with. Now, I think, and by the end of today, you'll see where I'm going with this. But I think if you can get AI to support you and handle huge chunks of your work, like marketing, like some admin tasks. That's going to free up so much more of your time, and that will give you more time to focus on the other areas. Also, I think transparency. You want to appear professional, but you also want to be honest with the companies you work with so that they understand that their payment schedules impact your ability to deliver the right quality to them. Do you understand what I mean with that, Leonora? And would you agree or would you sort of disagree with that?
I've got my own concerns about AI, which I'm hoping you're going to address
Yeah.
later. There's no substitute for people at all.
Ever. There is never a substitute for people. You're right. And if you're trying to substitute people with AI, it's going to go awry, particularly as a solopreneur. AI is not there to replace you or other human beings. It is there to enhance what you do. Now, if you have the budget to hire a videographer, to hire a marketing agency, to hire someone to do some of these really important tasks in your business, by all means, because they're probably going to do a better job for you than AI is. But most solopreneurs do not have the budget they need to stay truly visible in today's world. And I'll tell you a little bit more about my journey as well. But I now can make videos in 15 minutes where it used to sometimes take me 3 weeks, sometimes a month. I can now do it in minutes. I personally do not want to pay a videographer for something I can do myself. But when it comes to other areas of my work, there is no way I would give it to AI. It has to have a human touch. Does that make sense for you, Leonora? And does that sort of make you understand my perspective on how we use AI?
I love automation. I think it's really important that we can do as much as we can by ourselves and pay someone when we can. So absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
15-minute videos. Wow, takes us weeks.
You're going to see in a moment. You're going to see in a moment what is possible now is mind blowing. Now, fair enough, there are going to be jobs lost because of AI, but there are also going to be jobs created because of AI. And if we utilize it, we're going to be able to do things that we wouldn't have been able to do before. I've spent 6 months building an online course. I've spent thousands of pounds getting someone to do a website for me. I can now build an online course in a day with my expertise, with my knowledge. I'm not getting AI to generate the knowledge for me. I'm taking what I have and I'm using AI to produce the training assets I need more quickly. That is a huge difference, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Um, Cheryl, would you like to unmute for me? I'm so sorry, guys. Would you mind giving me 1 second? I don't know if you can hear the doorbell going, but I just have to tell one of my children to let the other child in. Oliver, kannst du bitte die Eve reinlassen? Danke dir. Ja, ich bin gerade in einer Besprechung. Sorry. And this is the world of entrepreneurship, of being a mother in a small German town. And when kids moan at you in German, it's got a whole different feel to it, trust me. So, Cheryl, would you mind unmuting and telling us a little bit about your experience?
Okay. Hi, Cindy.
Hello,
Hello.
darling.
So I'm very fresh to the solopreneur life, I guess.
I know you were in corporate for a long,
Yeah,
long time. Was it
yeah,
the FT?
yeah.
Yeah,
So over,
yeah.
yeah, nearly
Very
6
accomplished
years.
women in the room, by the way.
So I took the decision, obviously, at the end of last year to go solo, and I've just launched a consultancy business. Some of you will see that on my LinkedIn profile if you have a visit. And challenges, I think I was quite immersed in AI in on leaving
Mm,
corporate because we were trying to get ahead of the curve in terms
mm,
of how it would help our processes, our systems, etc. Coming out onto the other side, you realize that you don't have I guess, the wraparound of a big team that's kind of guiding you in terms of what's the right AI tools to use, and all of the other, I think, things that you need to take in consideration in terms of the safety of products and you know how secure they are, etc. How they and who's developing them essentially. So
mm.
my challenge is quite fresh, but it's just about really being smarter in terms of what tools I'm going to
Yes,
implement in my business, and also how that translates into advice to customers going forward. So I'm really excited with the AI kind of movement. I think, we can really use it as a force for good in terms of
exactly. It's there.
yeah,
It's going to be used, and dare I say it, it's going to be used against us. It is. It's just the fact.
yeah,
So, if we've got this powerful tool that can be used as a weapon, why don't we learn how to use it as a tool for
yeah,
positive impact?
yeah,
And the more, you know, the sort of people that we attract, the more of those people we put these tools into the hands of, the more positive impact there is going to be. I mean, just want to say one more thing to you as well, Cheryl. I am quite jealous of you. I started my entrepreneurial journey 25 years ago, and and you can imagine starting a company as me in Germany was a huge challenge. But the kind of tools that you've got at your fingertips today with AI, I could have only have dreamed of having those
yeah,
way
yeah,
back then.
yeah.
So you have actually almost never chosen a better time to
Right.
start your business. And people will tell you about, economic uncertainty and geopolitical challenges and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But it's a well known adage, but it's actually the truth.
Hmm.
More millionaires are made
Yeah.
in economic depressions than in any other time. So it's a mindset shift here.
Yeah.
How do we take what we've got around us? How do we find the right tools and how do we implement them?
Hmm.
Cheryl also mentioned something really interesting, and then after that, I'll get into the training. She said, there are so many things out there, and what do you choose? You can go down a rabbit hole with AI. There are so many new shiny toys every week. So the mindset shift that I'd like you all to focus on today is not the tool, the strategy. What is it you're trying to achieve? What is it you actually want to achieve? Then building, and you can use AI to do this, building a strategy to achieve it. Then once you've got the strategy, what tools are required within that strategy? And then you start looking at the tools. Don't go down the rabbit hole. I mean, it's part of my job to explore new tools all the time. But you can really end up spending a lot of money and a lot of time playing around with things that next week are no use to you. So think first, what's the goal? What's the destination? What's the most efficient, painless way to get there? That's the strategy. And once you have that in place, then look for the tools to help you get there. And keep focused on strategy and goal on everything you do. Because as a solopreneur, you're going to get lost. It's going to get lost. It just is, right? But when you've got a very strategic approach to what you're doing, then no matter how many times you get lost, you can get back on track. You've got your navigation system still pointing you towards the right direction. So I said I was really jealous of Sharold. You know, when I started in Germany, um, 25 years ago now, I was so lucky in that I got referral after referral after referral. I mean, I've ended up, I don't do the same business now. I'm in something completely different, but I ended up working with over 3,000 clients, or about 2,800 clients at over 100 companies around England, Germany, and Spain with business communication training, language training, presentations, negotiations, intercultural, and all those kinds of things. But I was working 7 days per week. I would say I was doing it all on my own. And towards the end, I had a couple of secretaries and I had 12 trainers that worked for me, but I was essentially the boss on my own. At the beginning, I was doing everything alone. And I eventually completely burnt out to this extent that I made myself really sick. I ended up getting an ovarian tumor. I spent 3 months in hospital, completely lost my business because I didn't have a part there. There's nobody else to keep it all together for me. I then went on trying to struggle through it. And just before COVID, with this trying to struggle through it, I ended up losing my eyesight in one eye, right? So then COVID hit, and I decided to get online and help support my mother, who is Dr. Yvonne Thompson, who runs the Wintrade Global Women in Business Network. And it was like a new world. It was beautiful working with people like yourselves all over the world. It was amazing. My mum was the person who taught me how to build my first website. You know, it's a few years ago now, and that was it. I was no longer, I don't do tech. I'm not a techie person. I haven't got that logical kind of mind. It's not for me. I was building websites, building digital funnels, creating ebooks, creating videos, online courses. It just was flowing, but it was still very time consuming and very expensive. Then AI came along and it was like the rainbow came out. It was literally a whole new world. And that's the experience I want to give you today. Because as I said, you know, back then I was spending sometimes weeks creating one video. And now I can do it in 5 minutes, but I would never use that result. I could do one I could use in 15 minutes. I could do one I love in an hour. And you know, so it's all how you use those tools. Now I'm just going to show you a few of these tools in the presentation. I'm going to do a demonstration for you. But what I want you to think here is strategy, because I'm going to present the opportunity to purchase my AI for Business training bootcamp at the end of this training. But even before then, I'm going to show you the steps we go through in the boot camp, and I'm going to demonstrate a 15-minute demonstration of how you can go through all of these steps. Now, I would never use what I produce at the end of those 15 minutes, but I want to show you what's possible because we will do customer analysis, we will have a buyer persona, we will have a marketing plan, we will have social media content, email sequences, a video, and all at the end of 15 minutes. So I just want to show you what's possible. I'm going to start that now, but from this point on, whether I or not I ever see you again, I want you to understand that you are the most intelligent, gifted, resilient, strong people on the planet. Women entrepreneurs are next level. Other people do not even understand about what you have the ability to do because you are running the race with your hands tied behind your back on one leg, particularly if you are caregivers with kids and parents and all the rest of it. But we are trying to get into rooms and spaces where we are not particularly welcome, and if we are welcome, we are not particularly listened to, and if we are listened to, it's with a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, condescending perspective. Now, that's not always true. Thank God we've got some amazing men in this room who are not that way at all. Hi, Mohsin. Hi, Jonathan. Right? But that is often the case. We all know it. So we need to understand that those challenges, yeah, they are challenges, right? But they've also given us a kind of resilience and determination and flexible mindedness and solution oriented thinking that other people don't possess. And that is exactly right for embracing AI. Now, if you're like me, a typical type, you're going to say, oh, what is this? I can't do this. I don't understand it. I don't like it. I don't want to look stupid. That's what your brain's going to say when you're first looking at AI. Go through it. Walk through that fire. Because at the end of that are just the most mind-blowing capabilities that will really uplift your business. So let me share my screen. And as my children say, let me stop yapping at you and share my screen and get us ready to go. I was planning to have this all ready, but for some reason you were all in the room already. So I didn't have a chance to get myself up and running, but I'm sure you will forgive me and give me a moment and then I will get us going. Let's have a look here. Where are we? Yes, there we go. So, make sure I'm sharing my tone. Make sure I've got you. And please let me know if you can now see my screen. You'll have to unmute and tell me because I can't see the chat anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I guess you already know that this whole session is about how to transform your business with AI and empower you as women entrepreneurs to bridge that digital divide. But before we start, I want to ask two things of you today. The first thing that I'd like to ask for you is to decide if you want AI to win you back 2 working days per week because it can. And the second thing I'd like you to be open-minded to is to have a look at how my program can show you how to do that. And I'll show you that at the end of this. But again, another thing I'd like you to think about is which of these is it impossible to get back? That went too quickly, I apologize. Time or money? Because we're really, really, really careful about how we spend our money, which we can always get back, but we waste a lot of time. And that's why AI is so powerful. It's going to win you back so much time. So, why should women in business embrace AI? Well, we talked about some of this already, but there's been reported, and I think this has changed since then, but it's been reported that businesses that have adopted AI are 16 to 19% more likely to have an increase in revenue. So that shows you that competitive advantages of AI. And that applies to us too. I certainly am much more profitable over the last couple of years than I was before. But also, it's about the save time. Now, this is not always true, of course, for everybody, but a survey by the Small Business and Entrepreneurship Council said that small business owners can save up to 2 days, 2 working days per week. Some weeks that's not true for me. Some weeks it's less, but other weeks it's actually more, to the extent that I now have time, more time with my kids, but also more time for my CPD to learn and develop my skills that I just didn't have before because I was running around like a chicken with its head cut off. And then this is the biggest one for me. This is the one where, hand on heart, it's been incredible. Studies indicate that small businesses implementing AI report average cost reductions of between 15 to 30% in their first year. For me personally, it's been much higher, much higher. I can now do in a very short amount of time what I years ago was paying people thousands to do for me and having to wait for that process, revision process before I got the end product. So that's really, really true. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this with women entrepreneurs. So now what I'm going to show you is a process, a strategic process for creating a lot of marketing content with AI in 15 minutes. So it's about automating the social media content creation. Now, I also have automation tools for publishing my social media, but this is about the content creation. Also, simplifying your email marketing campaigns. I mean, I know another training I do is on funnel fundamentals, which is basically how do you build your email list? Because the email list is actually the wheels on your car, and the car is your business, right? So if you don't even have an email list, and I know women who have thousands of contacts, some here, some there, some randomly all over the place, but they don't have one unified email list with segments of who they can communicate with in the right way at the right time. So important for your business. I really need a mindset shift around that. And then, of course, is streamlining the repetitive tasks. So I'm very much a planner. I love to build plans that I very often don't use, but they focus my attention so I know where I'm going, even if I don't refer to the plan again. But I used to spend so much time planning that there wasn't enough time for implementation. And AI is brilliant at helping you plan in very methodical ways to actually achieve what you're trying to achieve. So that's what I'm going to show you now. Now, this is going to move quite quickly, but we can have questions again after it. Before I give you a demonstration of what's possible in 15 minutes, I want to walk you through what you're about to see so you understand the process of what's happening. The first thing I'm going to do is use AI to analyze my brand. Now, within the boot camp, there's an extensive training on how to really hone in on what your brand identity is, your values, your positioning in the market, who your customers are, which is what comes next, identifying your potential customers, really getting an understanding of who they are, where they live, what their pain points are, what their challenges are, what their interests are, what social media they're more likely to use. Because when you're out there, posting on social media, some of your posts is about your personal journey or about your business journey, and that's rightly so. But the most effective marketing is marketing that talks about your customer, not about you. And you can't talk about your customer if you don't really, really know who they are. You may feel like you know who your previous customers are, but what about those untapped potential customers? So this is what the next step is. Point three, really understanding what their pain points and challenges are. And then you can probably write down a list if I give you a pen and paper right now. But AI can give you hundreds of ideas, things that you might have thought of, but it can do it in seconds and it would have taken you hours or days. The next point is looking how you align your potential solutions to those pain points and challenges, and then really communicating in the right way about that. And then building a marketing plan around your customers' pain points and challenges rather than randomly posting when you go to a great event and you want everyone to know it. You need to do that as well, but you really have to have an idea of an overall strategy of how you are marketing. Then we're going to create social media copy based on that marketing plan. So you can see there's a cohesive, coherent, consistent messaging strategy rather than random things that don't build that story for your customer journey. 7 is we're going to build an email sequence based on that social media copy. Then we're going to create an image. And now there's even more capabilities that are out there since the first time I'm doing this. I'll be adding more things to the bootcamp. I don't know if any of you have seen Sora, Sora, in ChatGPT, but it's really good stuff. Then we're going to create a video for that post. And we're going to do all of this in 15 minutes. And then we're going to create a downloadable PDF. And these are the lead magnets, the value we add to magnetize potential customers to your email list so that you can start communicating with them. It said that you need to actually have contact at least 14 times with a customer before they're willing to actually buy something from you. So that could be they've filled out a quiz or they've done opted in to get a free download from you, or they've been to a free masterclass. Sometimes they'll buy straight away when they visit your website, but more likely not, right? And then on top of that, you've got the situation with your website. It said that the average person, their reptilian brain, will decide in 3 seconds whether or not the website they're looking at is some place they want to stay. Within 9 seconds, if what you offer is what they're looking for, within 9 seconds, they will have decided whether or not they can be bothered to look at yours anymore, or if they want to go on and look at somebody else's. And the average person spends 20 seconds on your website. So that means you really need reasons for them to engage with you within seconds. When they look at your website, there has to be something within seconds that says, oh yeah, I want to click that button. I want to give you, my email and my name so that you can communicate with me in the future. That's the digital landscape we're operating in now. So things like lead magnets, downloads, ways to add value for your customers are critical today. But the question is, who has time to do all of that? And this is why AI is such a game changer. So before I show you the 15-minute demo, I want to just teach you something else as well. When you interact with any kind of generative AI, any AI that is going to generate some kind of output for you, that could be words, it could be a video, it could be anything. I want you to think about the HAT framework. And that is, number one, you give it history. And all that means is you give it context. You let it know what the background situation is in a couple of sentences, if possible, because the more you put into AI, the more room it's got to hallucinate and get unclear. It's not always true, but you want to be very succinct with what you put in there, but let it know what the situation is. Then oh, wrong direction, sorry. Then tell it how you want it to produce things for you. You can tell it, do it in this style, in this tone, right? And you can even, with some generative tools like ChatGPT, you can upload a sample of your own copy of your own writing and say, write it in this style. But in the boot camp, I show people how to personalize their chat GPT and some other AI tools so that it speaks in your style, in your tone to your target audience. Really critical that you're not just generating this robotic, generic copy that ChatGPT often gives out, because to the seasoned eye, they'll see it's AI generated immediately, which isn't always a terrible thing, but we want it to really speak in your style and tone. And then the last thing is task definition. Now that sounds ridiculous, right? But give clear instructions. The analogy I use is imagine walking into, I don't know, a Starbucks, Bucks or Costa Coffee or whatever it is, whatever the chain is, chain of the day is. Walking in there, and what you want is a latte macchiato with caramel. But what you say is, give me a coffee, please. What do you think you're going to get? It's the same thing with AI. Tell it exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. The more specific you are, the less generic the output is going to be. And do that wherever possible with generative AI, where you've got to tell it what you want it to produce. Wherever possible, think about the HAT framework. So now I'm going to show you that 15-minute demo. Please let me know if you cannot hear the sound.
So the first thing I'm going to do is get ChatGPT to analyze my brand. So please thoroughly examine my brand's identity, values, and positioning in the market.
Can't really hear.
So it's very quiet, very quiet.
Oh, gosh.
Now, of course,
Okay, give me a moment. Let's see if we can improve that.
When you share screen, there's a little tick box that says share computer audio.
Yes, I did share that, but I did tick that, but for some reason it's not perfect. Let me try again. My apologies, guys. My computer is having a hard day. Let's try this again. Yeah, they're both ticked, strangely enough. If not, I will turn the sound off and I will just talk you through it because you can hear me well. Let's try it one more time. I apologize. One moment. Let's see if I can get that up. Right, let's start it again and tell me if it's any good now.
so the first thing I'm going to do is get ChatGPT to
Yeah, a
analyze
bit
my
better,
brand.
but
So please
still low, but a
thoroughly
bit better.
Anything it's
examine
saying.
my brand's identity.
Okay, then I'll just talk you through it. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is get ChatGPT to analyze your brand. So it's got this search function. I've added our website and I've written in the prompt, please thoroughly examine my brand's identity, values, and positioning in the market. Now, in the bootcamp, we do this in much more detail, but you can see it's read my website and it's still pulled up quite a lot of good stuff. So it's not a terrible first start. And this is the beginning of how we approach building that customer analysis piece. Now, personalizing your ChatGPT will make this even more powerful. But the next step now is I'm going to get it to research and define my target audience, understanding their demographics, their interests, and their behaviors. Now, I'm doing this in a really shallow dive because we're doing it in 15 minutes, but I have a very strategic approach for getting ChatGPT to give you some really good information on that, and it can do it quite thoroughly as well. So give it a moment, and it's produced some good information. So now what I've asked it to do is to identify the specific problems and difficulties for my potential customers. And you can also say, based on that, give me a buyer persona, and I teach people how to do that in the bootcamp. So it'll really give you an avatar of the kind of person who's most likely to buy your product, and you can then base all of your marketing material around that person. And we even go as far as to segment your potential customers and then build an avatar for each segment. And that can really, really help your marketing so much more when you're coming to build your marketing assets. So it's come up with some good challenges. I mean, if I'd had a pen and paper and I had to write these down, these are some of the things that my target audience face: limited networks, access to markets, access to marketing and visibility, funding, and so on and so forth. So the next thing I'm asking it to do is to develop and articulate how my offerings can address the pain points and challenges identified above. And this is where I'm sure this is true for every entrepreneur, but this is where I think, in my experience as a woman entrepreneur, we can be very precious about what we offer and about our businesses, because we've spent blood, sweat, and tears developing this thing, right? Only to then turn around and, according to market analysis, and find actually it's not totally addressing our potential customers' needs. So we've got two options. We can cry and say, well, this is what I offer, they'll have to fit themselves to what I offer. Or we can use that powerful information and adapt and develop and let our products and offerings be an organic process of constant and never-ending improvement, right? To quote Tony Robbins and his Can I. Then we're using AI to help us really start to meet the challenges of our potential customers. So I'm told it to develop and articulate how my offerings can address the pain points and challenges identified above. And we'll let that fly and let's see what it comes up with. And now it's going to really look at those challenges and what we offer and how they align with or could align with the challenges of our potential customers, which is exactly what we want to keep doing. And, look at the world, things change, so we want to keep adapting. So now I've said, based on all of the above, create a comprehensive marketing plan that targets our identified customers and addresses their needs with our solutions. Now, I do this in a slightly different way in the boot camp because we don't just want to constantly be telling them why our product is the best for them. We want to add value with educational content as well. And I teach people how to do that in the boot camp, including teaching you how to build the complete content for an online course in literally in seconds. And that's not just for trainers, that's for marketing, because you can offer free online courses to reinforce your positioning as an expert in your field, deepen the engagement with your potential customers, and add value for them so they've got warm, fuzzy feelings about what you can do for them. So I've said create a marketing plan based on all of that above. And, this has been a few minutes so far. Let's see what it does now. Oh, I said 30-day marketing plan. Now, when you ask for a 30-day marketing plan, two things can happen, particularly if it's tabulated. It can start to produce less high quality content, and the tables can start to get very glitchy and come out as code. So when I do this in real life, I say a 30-day marketing plan, but I tell it to give it to me week by week. And you can see here now, we've got a marketing plan that is focused on our potential customers' needs. It tells us the day, and you can add dates to this. So you can tell it what date, what to post, what time of day to post it, what kind of a asset it is, and what the focus of that asset is. And that will really give you a cohesive communication with your potential customers. So what I want it to do now is to start making the actual content for this. And I'll get it to produce some social media copy, and I'll also get it to tell me, what, when, and where to post it. So here it started. Now, you've probably seen that if you ever use ChatGPT for social media copy, what comes out is not always the best at the beginning, which is why I show you personalization strategies and ways to make this copy really sing for you. And I think, all of the people on this call have either had an email from us or had, seen social media copy from us. And whether or not you liked it enough to click that button, give me your email and join the call, or to take that action. And that's, we always want a potential customer or previous customer to take an action for us. So now we've got the social media copy, and you literally rinse and repeat for each week. Now I'm going to tell us to give us complimentary emails in a sequence, so a series of emails that can be going out consistently. And we take all of this stuff, we upload it to our automators once per week. I mean, we actually even have automation that does all of this for you, but I like a little bit more control over it. But you can literally have it going out. You take a day per week, or half a day per week, or an hour per week, and schedule everything. And then it's just going out and you don't have to look at it again. Of course, you want to reply and engage, but there are chatbots even for that. So there's loads of different things you can do for AI. And here come the email sequences. Take a moment. I'm doing this real time, so, I think usually it can even take less time than this, but it's given us an email sequence. And I would never send the email sequence out like that. Even though I've personalized my ChatGPT and I've fed the right information for the marketing plan, I would still take the email and personalize it further. But you can get, a month's worth of emails in 10 minutes, and then maybe take half an hour to personalize it all. It's huge. So now I want some graphics to go with this, some images to go with this. So I've said design visually appealing graphics that align with our brand. I'll probably say image that aligns with our brand and message for the first social media post. Now there are loads of great tools out there. The one that I'm using here is probably DALL-E, which is ChatGPT's first image maker. I don't love it, if I'm honest. There are better ones out there, and so we explore some of those in the boot camp. But if you want something quick, there you go. So you can see it's designed something. I probably wouldn't use that image, but as images go, I've seen worse. But in the boot camp, I show you how to make 30 images, social media images, with your color palette, with your logo, in your way, and you can do that in about 5 minutes. So you've got 30 images for you to use whenever you want. That's one of the many power moves that I teach in the boot camp. Okay, so it's now giving me a script for a 1 minute video that I can use for one of those posts. And I'm sure you've seen some of our videos. Some of them are done with AI, some aren't, but all of them are made in 10% of the time I used to with AI powered tools. So there we go. I've got the video script. Now it's giving us some other bits around it. Let me just stop the video quickly here. So what I've done is I've taken the 1 minute video script from one of those posts, the social media post that came from that marketing plan. So it's all consistent marketing. I've taken that script and I've now taken it over to this tool called InVideo. This is one of the two video tools that I teach in the bootcamp. Now, to be honest, I don't use InVideo anymore. But if you're just starting out and this is all sort of completely new, this is a great place to start. It's quite a powerful tool, and there's nothing on it that you can't change. You know, it's very adaptable. So I've taken that video script and now I'm going to click on Create AI Video. And I'm just going to paste that video script from ChatGPT in there and click Generate a Video. Now these videos, they can take anything from 2 minutes from this point to when you get the video to 10 minutes. It all depends how many people are in their queue or how slow your internet is on any given day. But 10 minutes for a video, come on. And then it even gives you some options, so subtitle style, visual style, what sort of platform. Now, let's say you live on LinkedIn, you can put that in the video script, say create this LinkedIn video or this Instagram video or whichever social media platform is your preference. And once you've made those selections, you click continue, and now there it is, it will start. And you can go away and do other things and have it created in the background. And this is the video it's come up with. So I wanted to show it to you, but unfortunately, you can't hear the sound. So I'm not even, well, let's see if you hear the sound on this. Yeah, it's very low. Now, and what tends to happen with these is, despite their fight to be unbiased, you tend to get very Eurocentric images and clips and voice tones. But the good news is that there's nothing you can't swap on here. And in the bootcamp, I show you other places, not just here. These have got InVideo's got millions of video clips as well, and some of them are really good. But I show you other places you can get video clips and other AI voices that you can use that suits your style and your target audience. So let me get that here. I believe that was the end of that. All right, so I'll start sharing again and just go through. So that was the end of that demonstration. And you can see literally in 15, maybe 20 minutes, you can go from having no idea who your target audience is to creating a marketing plan and video and email sequences and copy. But in the bootcamp, I show you how to do that and much more. You know, we're going to be creating like lightning speed presentations and quizzes and surveys and online courses with AI.
What I'm going to do is get
So I'll stop there with that. And now, if I may, before we go to Q&A, I'd like just for you to learn a little bit about what that bootcamp actually is. So I can tell you how amazing it is forever, right? But I think there's no better way to find out about my training than hearing from people who've already done it. So if I may, I'm going to play you about 3 minutes of testimonial videos from people who actually went through the boot camp and what they thought about it. please tell me if you can't hear it. I'm praying that you're going to be able to hear this. Let's just put my sound up.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Sydney, for offering me this opportunity. Initially,
Very,
it
very
was a
quiet, Sid.
demo, and then I enrolled.
Yeah, can hear
I
it, but
can't hear it at all,
very
really.
quiet. Headphones will help.
Is that the same for everybody?
Yeah, I
No.
think with the headphones it's a lot better, but
And
yeah, it's low,
I'm
but
so
I can
pleased
hear
I
it because I'm
did.
using
It's
headphones.
not.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
I
Everybody
can hear
else
it
is
fine
fine
as
with it.
well through the
Yeah,
piece
Same here.
speaker.
I'm
Same
fine
here.
with it
It's
as
fine.
well. I'm hearing it. It's softer, but I can listen, I can hear it.
Okay, great.
Yes.
The content is so rich and so elaborated and very structured. So congratulations on this amazing training course. I already, discovered ChatGPT, but now it's mind-blowing what is possible. So thank you so much for showing this. And I truly believe that AI will, impact our lives just as electricity did. This is really a revolution. So I'm very, very pleased to be here. So thank you so much. And I can't wait to discover even more.
Okay, and then just one more. And I've not had any negative feedback on it, touch wood. But it's been astounding to hear how women feel about what this boot camp has been able to do for them.
I want to say a huge thanks to Sydney and Wintrade Global for the AI training. It has been just a game changer, a huge game changer. I'm not a stranger to AI. I have used ChatGTP and a few other different types of AI tools for creating drafts. So I knew a little bit about it, but didn't know how to really leverage AI for my business. And I have learned that and so much more from the AI training I've received from Sydney. Not only is the content really good, but Sydney's teaching style is outstanding. I do leadership training, I deliver leadership training. So it was really nice being at the receiving end of training. And her approach is so caring, informative, really, really patient. I think Sydney just must have been well aware of the fact that a few of the people, myself included, can be quite intimidated by the concept of AI. We know that it's here, we know that it's present, we know that it's being used, not entirely sure how it's being used, but just the way that the whole entire course has been delivered and the quality of the content is just amazing, really amazing. And for the price as well, I know that I'm going to save tons in my business by being able to use the tools that Sydney has taught us. So if you're considering doing this, and I really think you should, just think about that small investment and how you are definitely going to get a return on your investment if you put the learning into use and make it practical. And by the way, it's all practical. It's all practical things that you'll be able to implement straight away. And we did implement it in the training as well. We did. It was experiential learning with proof, like coming away with a 30-day marketing plan and coming away with lesson plans for our own bespoke businesses. Just amazing. I can't thank Sydney enough. I can't thank Wintrade Global enough, and I cannot recommend this course highly enough. Just give it a try.
Oh, so I'm so sorry that the sound was so low on those testimonials, but there are about 30 more testimonials from women entrepreneurs and men who support them. We have quite a few men as well, on the website, and Sally will be sharing that link with you soon in the chat, and we'll talk about that later. But it's been so humbling to see the impact that this training has had on people's businesses. Really incredible. I won't play the next one because, yeah, I don't want to give you such low sound quality. But I would like before Q&A just to take a few minutes to tell you about what that bootcamp training actually is. So it's 10 hours of live step-by-step guided learning by doing training in 4 2.5 hour sessions over 2 weeks. So it's Tuesday and Thursday, 2.5 hours over 2 weeks. We originally did it over 2 days at the weekends, but I think that was not so convenient for some people. On top of that 10 hours of training, there's also 2 hours of self-study. And by the end of that self-study, you will understand what every single functionality of ChatGPT. You'll also understand how to do some of the things with Google Sheets and Google Docs that you'll need in the bootcamp training. But most importantly, you will have a real overview of your brand, what you offer, how it impacts, what your UVP is, who your target audience is. You'll have some really useful information that will make AI work so much more powerfully for you. Because if you use it without personalizing it, you're creating very generic content. But if you personalize it first, it's that history in hat. If you do that first, it's going to be a completely different animal for you. What's also, and I talked about, sorry, very quickly, I talked about the fact that we'll be producing customer analysis, marketing plans, online courses, videos, PowerPoint presentations, downloadable lead magnets, PDFs and checklists and one sheets. We'll also be producing quizzes. There's so much that we're going to teach you how to produce, but that's an intensive training. So the question is, what happens after that training? Well, not only will you have that training and access to the recordings, lifetime access to the recordings for those trainings, but I've also created some training software that you'll also have access to. So every step I teach you in the boot camp, you also have a workbook that shows you how to do that step by step. But let's say you forget, oh, how did I create that PowerPoint presentation in 3 minutes? And then you'll have a piece of training software that will show you exactly how to do it step by step. Because I think it's really important that when you learn these things, you have a chance to go back and reinforce your learning. And it's all on the online platform, which you also have lifetime access to. What's also really important to me is that we just don't say, here you are, bye. Right? We want to make sure that you now feel supported in a like-minded community. So there are online monthly support meetings that we have every month for anyone who's been in any of my boot camps. So you really get to meet some incredible other women and men who support them. And some of them go away and they just become better at AI than me. They go away and get certified themselves, and then they bring it back to the community and share it with us. So we're all continuously progressing together. Really, really powerful stuff. And because we have a saying at Wintrade Global. I was told to change it to be more PC, but I'm not going to. No woman left behind. We refuse to let you not achieve what you set out to achieve with this boot camp. We have a money back guarantee, which nobody has ever asked for, because we have honest people, because our money back guarantee is if you do everything we tell you to do in the order we tell you to do it, and you are not able to produce what we tell you to produce, we will give you extra training until you do produce it. If you still feel that because our training was not high quality enough to help you produce it, we'll give you your money back. And because we only have honest people, no one has ever asked for their money back because we refuse to let you lose. If you are committed, we refuse to let you not achieve everything we've promised you. So I have an offer for you today. So this is a 1 hour offer. The money back guarantee is not a 1 hour offer. You get that regardless of if you and when you purchase the bootcamp. But if you purchase within the next hour, we'll let you bring a friend for free. Right? We want to impact as many people as possible, but obviously we still need to eat. So our compromise is bring a friend for free or share the cost with a friend. That way you get it half price, or you help another woman or man in business achieve more success with AI. The next exclusive offer is the 24-hour special. So if you book in the next 24 hours, I'm going to give you some hugely powerful training for free, right? And this is all training I have sold already, but I'm going to give it to you for free. So this is the training around digital funnels. What is a digital funnel? What are all the moving puzzle pieces that go to make up that whole picture, and how do you put them all together in the right way? We're also going to give away social media strategy training, and that's in the form of self-study that you go through bit by bit on your own. There's also a recorded masterclass around automation as relates to the Wintrade Global membership software. We have software as part of the Wintrade Global membership, and we show you how to automate your social media content, build online courses, and all of the rest of that on that platform. We also have self-study unique value proposition development, and that will show you it will guide you through step by step, and it'll actually do it for you if there's some bits you can't do yourself. But it's AI that will guide you step by step for really creating a powerful, unique value proposition that you then build into your marketing strategy. And there's also brand development training. So they kind of intersect a bit. Pieces of that that are the same, but they come at it from a different angle. That's a lot of powerful business development training that where you're using AI to do it and digital tools to do it that you get for free as part of this boot camp. So a couple more bonuses, and then we'll get to the price, and then we'll get to your Q&A, and I'll answer as many questions as I can. On top of all of that, 1 week after the boot camp, we have a follow-up troubleshooting session just to see if anybody hit a brick wall or had any questions. I mean, you'll be in our WhatsApp community anyway, and you'll be asking questions there. But we also want to get one more live session together for you all after the boot camp, just to make sure that you're completely supported and see where there are any challenges. As I said, there's a exclusive WhatsApp group for people who have purchased the bootcamp exclusively, not just the general public, and that's where we do some really powerful networking and collaborating. I told you about that bonus training as well, but there's also a couple of other things that I do. So, for example, as an experiment, I used AI to create a 120 A4 page book in 15 minutes. And that's something else that I'll throw in that strategy of how I did that as part of the payment for this boot camp. And then, as I already mentioned, you've got the lifetime access to the online platform, which includes the recordings, the training software, the bonus material, and lots of downloadable guides. So it's a huge amount of support there because we just refused for you to walk away saying, oh no, that didn't work. That's just not in our vocabulary. So this is the price. Usually it's £262, but because you took your lunchtime today to give to us, we're going to give this to you at a 15% discount for £227, including all of that added value that we showed you before. There's just so much you're getting here, but all stuff that you can digest in your own time. So after the boot camp, all of that other training you can go through, dip in and out of at your own pace because you've got lifetime access to it. So, Sally, would you please go ahead and share the links, please, for that training? And then if you share that in the chat for me, that would be amazing. And what I want to do now is put the focus back on to all of you. And number one, hear what you thought about what you heard today. But number two, tell me all of your questions that you have. So, Leonora, you've got your hand up. So please do go ahead and unmute and tell me what your question is or what you think about what you heard.
Thank you, Cindy. That was very interesting.
Oh, great.
I can't do, sorry, the date on your slide said March.
Yes.
When is it starting?
Oh, sorry, on March. Oh, I apologize. I knew there was one thing I wouldn't change. It's the 22nd of April. Thank
Okay.
you, Leonora.
Sorry,
Sally, would you drop
sorry,
the
Cindy.
dates for me, please, in the chat for me? There's always just one thing, isn't it? It's like Steve Jobs. It's one more thing.
Okay, so it's Leonore. Okay, not
Leonore, sorry, I
Leonore.
apologize. Leonore.
I can't do Tuesdays. I mean, I'm very interested in it. I do a hell of a lot of AI, and it would be nice to just, get mastery at it. But I can't do Tuesdays. And
Oh,
what time of day?
okay, so it's in the mornings. It's in the mornings. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sally. 9 to 11:30 UK time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But here's what we've done before and what we'll do again. If for any reason there is a session you cannot make, and please don't abuse this offer. This is really for people who really can't do it. If there's any one or two sessions you cannot make, we will let you join for free. If you sign up to this, we'll let you join for free in the upcoming trainings. Now, we don't have a next one planned because we have a program that we're running with HSBC banking group that's just started. So we don't have one planned for a couple of months, which is why I encourage people to take this one.
But sorry, I have a full clinical day on Tuesday, so I can never do a Tuesday.
So there are two sessions that you will definitely miss live.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I catch
So
up?
you will have the access to the recordings. So you'll be able to see the recordings. And what I will do is if you reach out to Sally, who is my assistant, I will make sure, because I'm sure you're not the only one. We usually have, anywhere between 20 and 100 people in any one boot camp. So there's usually one or two who can't make something. And I will always make sure we catch them up in a separate session. We've done it before because this is just too important not to share. So see how you feel about that, Leonore, but we will make sure we catch you up with an alternative session. If there are more people, if there's 25%, we'll definitely have an alternative session that is the same size, but we'll catch you up on that. Any other questions or comments, please do put your hand up or unmute. If you don't have a specific question around the boot camp, then please do unmute and tell me what you thought, or if you have any questions about what you just saw and heard.
One other quick question. Do you
Oh,
think
yes,
things
please.
like intellectual property and the privacy and also the concern about cloud used data, which is one of the problems that I've got is because it's on the cloud. The information I use is quite sensitive. We don't want it on
Yeah.
the cloud, so I can't use cloud. I,
Yeah,
I
I get what you mean. So, I mean, here's the thing, when it comes to at least ChatGPT and some of the other tools that I'm going to show you, when it comes to them, the data usage on there, so when you're uploading things on there to personalize it all, it is as secure in ChatGPT as it is on your computer. No more and no less. Maybe slightly more, because that the information can be hacked, but it can't be accessed without illegal hacking. That's exactly the same as your computer. When it comes to things like Google Sheets, that's really for the training that we show you. So where do you currently store your sensitive data, Leonore?
all of the sensitive data is secure through my client. So it's on my client's database, which I access.
Right. So then what I would do in your case, because there's the only other way around that is to get permission from your client, which probably won't happen. So the way around that is for you to swap it out. Just don't use your client's name.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. That's okay.
That's the only other way around it in that situation. Now, and what I would personally do, so for example, what I also teach people to do in the boot camp is I teach them how to make AI employees. So you have an AI marketing director, I have an AI learning and development director, I have an AI videographer, I have all of these different ones. So what I do is I train them to work around what I need for WinTrade Global and for Aim to Grow. I don't teach them, I don't give them information about for example, our corporate clients. I make that, I sort of cross all of that out and make that generic, but then I take it out into Word docs and then I reassemble it or use the find and replace function. And that's really what I would do. I'd look at what do you do for your clients? And in the boot camp, I teach you to make members of staff to do that for your clients. Or how do you market? From your company's perspective, in the boot camp, I teach you how to make those AI members of staff to do that, but you don't have to input any of your clients' data. Let me then go to everybody else and just ask round the room. So Cheryl, you're the first person on the top of my list. So Cheryl, how did you feel about what you heard and how did it resonate, or did you have any questions?
Yeah, no, fantastic. I think so a couple of thoughts. So I think I had a mini taster from you good maybe about a year ago, maybe when you earlier days.
Yeah.
Um it seems like now that chat GPT has obviously advanced a lot to consume a lot of the things that were being done on separate applications. So yeah, I thought it was fantastic. And just, no bias here, but my sister has obviously done the course and she's raved about it and it's transformed the way that she's doing her business on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, that's another kind of testimonial that supports how good
What
is.
she's gone on
Yeah,
to do with what I taught her
yeah,
is mind blowing.
yeah,
That's exactly why I get up in the mornings
right.
professionally.
Yeah,
She's literally gone on to create a completely different, not different, but a very, very different style of career trajectory
Yes.
based on what I taught her. It's amazing, amazing. So Cheryl, join the boot camp.
Yes, literally, I'm
Thank you, darling.
literally just messaged a friend to say, can you do these dates?
Yeah,
So, yeah, so let's
absolutely,
see.
absolutely.
All right.
Lisa Anthony Rigsby, my
Yeah,
darling.
hello, good afternoon, everybody. It's a
Good afternoon. Oh, I love that blue in your background. Sorry.
Thank you, thank you.
I
No
love blue.
problem. Thank you. I was just wondering if we're not able to join now, would you be running this later on in the year, and could we sign
I
up
will
later?
be late. So I usually run it monthly, right?
Okay.
Or I try to. But because we've got a couple of really important other programs happening at the minute, I can't. So this is going to be the last one, maybe until after summer, but maybe after summer or October potentially will be the next one. But join now, Lisa. Don't leave it another 6 months. Really don't. And it's risk-free, guys. You know, it's risk-free because if you're not satisfied, you will get your money back. But it has absolutely changed my life. And I want that to be the case for you as well.
Thank you
Any
very
other
much.
questions, Lisa? I'm coming to you in a moment, Yvette.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're so welcome, darling. Yes, Yvette.
Hi, everyone. I'm wondering if there's anyone on here that's feeling they're ready to go and they want to share the cost with me. I don't know you. We're going to do
that is the spirit.
So, who's up for this? Because I am. I'm buzzing.
Anyone interested in exploring red Sojourner?
Yes, I am.
Go for it. Okay, who was that? Who was that person that said yes?
That's Sojourner. So,
Sojourner. Hi.
would you mind? Would you
Sojourner.
anybody who would like to, please go ahead, Sally, share the link for me again. Please join our WhatsApp group.
I'm on it.
Right? And then Sally can connect you to after that.
Perfect.
And if you're doing it that today and you would prefer to do it in a way that is less stressful for you, I can provide you, or Sally, let me be honest, can provide you with 50% discount links that you both get. So you don't, one doesn't have to pay and then figure out how to pay back the other one. Sojourner and Yvette. Can you make a note of that, please, Sally? Okay, great.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Does anyone else want to do that? Does anyone else want to do that?
I do.
Okay.
So, Sally, can you make a note of Kai Marin and is that Marin?
No, it's Maureen.
Hey, Marine.
Yeah, so it's Kai Marin and Marin are interested in sharing the Bring a Friend for free. Oh, I opened my big mouth. I've got all the entrepreneurial women in the room now, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm all about it.
Sydney, I must say this has been really great, such eye-opening for me. I've touched upon ChatGPT. I do have a question though.
Yes, please.
There's different versions of ChatGPT, right? So I know over time they've kind of evolved to include new bots or whatever you want to refer to them as. And then you have like the paid for version, the free version. Could you just provide a bit more
I
information
can
on
speak
that?
to that. You will. It depends. If you're serious about like really reducing your costs, really increasing your visibility through effective marketing that, you know, doesn't take up all day long, and all the other capabilities, if you're serious about it, you're going to have to pay for the not the pro version, is it pro? Yeah, the plus version of ChatGPT. That's $20 per month. If you don't make that money back through an increase in your revenue as a result of what I'm going to teach you in the boot camp, I will eat my hat.
Okay, that's good to know.
It's no lie.
Want to witness
It's
that.
mind blowing what is possible. but it's $20 per month, and I just can't encourage people enough. I mean, there's free stuff out there, right? So
Yeah.
I played around. I'm coming to you in a minute, Nma, I think. I played around with a lot of alter because I'm always looking for the cost-effective version. Don't want to say the cheapest. I'll say the most cost-effective version. Um, so I played around with the new Chinese version of ChatGPT, DeepSeek. It just doesn't have the same capabilities. If you're a developer, if you're like a high-tech developer who creates software, then DeepSeek's amazing because of the capabilities. But if you're the average, not average, if you are the amazing woman solopreneur, right, like us, you need easy to use, powerful tools, and you have to invest a bit in order to get
Understood.
more.
And just lastly, can I ask regarding the the tools that you offer as part of the boot camp, like does that cover like the funnels and the email tools? Is that will be, or is that something different that you need to subscribe to in order
Right.
to
So
utilize?
for example, the funnel training, I don't show you any particular tools in that. What I show you is how funnels work and where, so like people are like, oh, they're putting an ebook out, or they're, I don't know, offering a free masterclass or a free training or a discount here, there, and everywhere. But there's no overview. So they're not building their email list. I mean, I've met highly successful women before the digital revolution who are now getting left behind because they don't understand how that sort of the big picture for solopreneurs. When you're talking about bigger organizations, they have much more intricate and complex systems in place. But I'm talking about for us, right? This shows you how all the pieces work together and how you can build something basic for yourself on a low budget, but it doesn't show you which tools to do it with. But what you learn in the boot camp actually shows you a lot of which tools to do it with. And then what you see in the automation training shows you the other tools you can do it with. So it's all still covered.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome. Please tell me how to say your name, darling. I really hate getting people's names wrong after
No,
being
no,
called Cindy all my life.
no. So my name is Mma, and I
No,
was
I
just trying
almost
to,
said it right. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
I was just trying to connect with somebody else who wanted to partner, and somebody already did. Her name
Excellent.
is China Zaw. China
Great.
Zaw. It's in the chat, and I think she tagged Sally.
Excellent. So, Sally, another partnership that we're going to send the 50% discount code to is China Zor and Nma. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yes, please.
And today is my birthday.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Happy
happy birthday,
birthday! Happy
darling.
Thank you.
birthday!
So this
Happy
is perfect.
birthday.
Thank
So,
you so much.
oh, well, I'm gonna do my very best for this to be the best for birthday present you've gotten for your business.
God
I
knows I
really
need
want to
it.
see you all like have a massive impact.
Yes.
I mean, particularly, I mean, I would never create an AI book and then just publish it. But if you've ever wanted to publish your own book, I don't teach it to you in the boot camp, but I'm going to show you the process. I'm going to show you the process
That
because
would be
it's
wonderful.
incredible.
That would be wonderful.
You're
Awesome.
so welcome.
Thank
Um,
you so
you're
much.
welcome, my darling. Linda, my auntie's
Yes,
name.
hey. Oh, lovely auntie then.
She
Yes,
is.
thank you. This session was really, really good. I'm new to business. I'm basically a freelancer. I decided to, leave the corporate world and work from home. So I've been working from home for a few years now, but for different companies. So it's not like I have a product per se, apart from my services
Services.
that I
Well,
would like
I only have
to,
services as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah.
so to put out there. So I definitely want to do this training
Yeah.
I would like to share the cost as well, which would be great if I can do that.
Is there
Yeah, we're just
anybody else
looking.
in the room that also wants to share costs? Oh, Cheryl.
Yes, because I
Yeah.
don't.
You
I think we've had
guys,
this up.
you guys are,
my
I've
friend isn't
literally
getting back
talked
to me.
myself out of half my profits today, but do you know what? I just don't care. I want to see you succeed.
Yes.
Linda and Cheryl, Sally, please put them together
Yeah,
as well
definitely.
as a pair. Please,
Both of
everybody
them
that
more things.
can and wants to, please join the WhatsApp group, because this is where we'll be able to reconnect and get that all sorted out for you.
Okay. Another thing I'd like to ask, obviously
Yes,
I will get
please.
up. I'll get up, not a problem. But is the times set in stone? Like it's definitely 9 till, what was it? 9
9
till
till 11:30.
11:30. That's it, and that's end off. Is it? Because I'm in St. Lucia, which is like 4 o'clock in the morning. But as I said, I
Oh,
will do it because I've done it because I've worked for UK clients as well, where I've had to get up at 3:30 in the morning. So I will do it. I was just asking, is that definitely the time and there's
that
no
is
leeway for
definitely
that?
the time.
Okay,
That
no
is
problem.
definitely the
No problem.
time.
No problem.
If I could change it for you, I would, but I can't.
Yes.
So I
Okay.
won't.
Well, it was
And
worth trying
also,
to
I was just
ask. All you
feeling
could say
sorry
is
for
no.
you,
So,
right? I was just thinking, oh, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then my brain said,
so
hello, St. Lucia. Not so sorry anymore. No, not really.
well, I did it for around 6 months, so I can do it for a few days. And the 1st of May, I noticed the last date is the 1st of May.
Yeah.
Is you're actually having a training session on the 1st of May. It's not ending on the 30th of April because that's a holiday, public holiday as well. The 1st of May. Would you
Uh,
do it on the 2nd or that's just 1st of May as
I'll
well?
have a chat with Sally. I
Yeah.
think I was sure that we'd worked it out because I
Okay.
thought it wasn't a public holiday in the UK because of the
Yeah,
day it fell
unfortunately here
on.
it is.
Oh,
The day of the holiday falls,
spend your
it
holiday
actually
with us,
falls,
darling.
yeah, I
You'll
get
be
up at
so glad
for
you
four
did.
o'clock in the
No,
morning.
we'll work that out. And if for
No
any
problem. No,
reason
that's fine. That's
if for
fine
any
if it is.
reason you can't come to that last session, we'll
I
get you
will.
in on still have the recording, but we'll
Mm,
also get you in on another session. But the only
okay.
thing is, because of the other programs we've got, my next boot camp is going to be after the summer holidays,
No,
so
that's
you
okay.
might have to wait a
I'll
while.
make sure. Yeah, I'll make sure I'm there. No
Okay,
problem. Thank
brilliant.
you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Any other questions or comments, please?
Right, so this is Maureen. I actually raised my hand.
Oh, thank you, my love.
Okay,
Okay.
Maureen, you're partnering
All
with
right.
me.
And so just to say thank you for the session, I did join late and I just wanted to know if there's going to be a recording sent to us. This recording, would we receive it so I can hear it from the beginning?
Absolutely. We'll add this recording to the WhatsApp group.
I've joined
So
already and
you've
I've joined
brilliant.
the WhatsApp group already. And
It
just
takes
to
me a minute or two to edit it, but then it will go in.
Okay, fantastic. And just to be sure that I have been doubled up with somebody,
You've
partnered with
been
somebody.
doubled up with Kay Marin.
Yes.
Okay,
So
fantastic.
literally
Perfect.
Morin and Kay Marin.
But
Beautiful.
there's a rhyme to that, isn't it? It rhymes.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Works. It works.
Yes, it works.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it because I do use ChatGPT a lot and Gemini AI. I've done various courses. Well, I've done my MBA, so marketing and whatever. But I'm
Yeah.
sure this is still going to add value to what I do. I do a lot of my posts myself, and I do videos. I've used InVideo before, but there's no end to learning. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sure, for sure. And I chose possibly the worst area of expertise to be involved in because you cannot make something once and just say that's it, it's done now.
That's
This
right.
this beast is continually growing,
Exactly.
continually evolving. So I'm
Exactly.
continually adapting and refining and developing the training to
Yeah.
fit what's out there. Because from when I did the first training to now, there are tools that weren't there before that I must teach you.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, it's never boring. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Maureen. Any other questions or comments, please?
have a comment.
Yes, please.
Just to say, I don't stay on webinars, they bore me. This has been amazing. It's the first one I've ever bought from.
Sorry, who's speaking?
Yvette.
Yvette.
Yes.
Oh,
Yvette.
well, there you are, in the middle of the
Yeah.
screen. Sorry, darling,
Oh,
I've got a few
did
different
you
places.
see what I said? I said, I don't usually manage to get to the end of webinars because they tend to bore me. They lose my interest. This has been amazing because even if people haven't bought from you today, I think you've given them amazing value. I do use chat, but I get lost in chat because I'm always trying to refine it. So I'd like to learn how not to
Be a bit more strategic
in it.
Yeah.
And I just learned so much from you, from the way that you've done your webinar.
Oh, thank you, my love.
It's been amazing. You've been,
Oh,
honestly.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm blessed
You are.
that I chose this target market because you are all such a pleasure to work with. And 9 times out of 10, I have just the most intelligent, open-minded, professional, respectful people in the room. And it's like a joy to work with. There's a very big difference to, how do I put this? To some of my experiences working in the corporate German world. That's how I'll put that. I've met some lovely people in that corporate German world as well, but this is a totally different ball game. Yes, Susie, my love. Susie's family, by the way, everyone.
Susie Briscoe.
That's
Susie
why I've been
Briscoe is
cheeky.
not obviously not really family, but she's
Well, I
Winter
am.
Global Family. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello, my lovely. Oh my God, what a session. It's been wonderful. I've been giggling every now and then. I've interjected every now and then. And you're just wonderful. And I just want you to know, all the comments so far, you have really grown in how you present. You more and more amazing every time I listen to you.
Oh, you're the best. See, I need her to turn up at everything I do just to make me feel good.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
And tease me a lot.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
always teasing me.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Well,
the other
listen,
thing for Sally
I
is
think we need to slowly but surely wrap up. But what I would love to
may I say,
do. Sorry?
my iPad doesn't compute with WhatsApp.
You had what? Sorry?
My iPad isn't computing with WhatsApp. I can't join the group.
I've had a couple of weird experiences over the last couple of days with with WhatsApp. I'm wondering if they're having some glitchy, hacky stuff. I'm not sure.
But I just thought I'd mention it.
Okay, but we have to get you there at some point.
I know.
Susie, we have to have that conversation. And you've moved, so I haven't got your telephone number anymore.
It's the same mobile.
Okay, so I had your landline, I think, or literally you just don't answer German phone calls. So I've called you a couple of times.
Oh, sweetheart. Okay.
All right, well, send me your number again via email, please,
Okay.
because I refuse to let you get away with this. Oh, I don't do WhatsApp thing. I'm sure we can work it out somehow.
I'm giggling too much. I'm going to go off now. I love you lots. Bye.
You too, love. Okay, so let's wrap up there.
I have a question.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, one last thing. Yes, JK?
Yeah, hello everyone. Sorry, I got in a bit late. So I really wanted to know, do you have the same training on the 17th this month? Or how can I get to catch up with everything?
Yes, I repeat this free masterclass on the 17th. So if you want to come along, then please feel free and bring some friends with you. And anybody else who enjoyed it, I'm doing this again on the 17th. Please invite some friends. If you see it, say go to that. That would be brilliant. Okay. But join the WhatsApp group and you'll see all information there as well as the recording from today as well.
Okay, I'll do
So
that.
let's wrap it up there because we've been quite a while, but it's been amazing. And I know, just looking at the people in the room, I know the boot camp is going to be fabulous. We're going to have so much fun and so much growth. But for now, could you do something? It's a bit cringe, but I always do it because I just really love you guys. I think you're an amazing group of people. Can we unmute and just take a minute to clap and celebrate all of the incredible people in this room and how incredible they are, and the fact that, yeah, we invested our lunchtime in each other. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and I will see, I hope, most, if not all of you at the next boot camp. Have a great day.
Thanks, Andy.
John,
Bye-bye.
it's
It's very
great.
good. Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you. Take care now.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Okay, where do I send my number to join the WhatsApp? Quick one.
This is what I'll do. If you put your if you could put the link again in the chat, please, Sally. And if you put your number or your email in the chat, I'm going to download the chat now, and we will make sure we get information to you, get you all signed up. There we go. Wonderful. Oh, Yvette, I feel so blessed that we decided on you in that last minute. I think you're just a really, really, really great addition to any room. You're one of those light shiners. You really are.
Thank you. Do you know, I messaged Susie even before the offer was coming on. I said, if the price is right, I said, do you want to join? And she's like, I'm already in. So I'm like,
What, Susie Briscoe?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know Susie?
This Susie here. I'm still online.
I can see that you're still online. I don't know if we've ever met, but we are in similar spaces.
You've networked together.
Let's have a look at you, Susie. Just a quick.
Oh, you best not see me
Oh,
these days.
Hello.
You're looking wonderful. Look at you.
Isn't she? Isn't she? Amazing. But I feel really terrible, but I have to end it now because I've got to go and feed my children before they start eating their hands.
Okay.
Oh, I thought they were going to eat each other, actually.
Well, thanks, Sydney. I feel blessed to be put in the right spaces at the moment because I've got to build, and I've got to build.
You are building.
I'm a place.
You are building. We are rising.
Oops. We're all in the right place. It's wonderful.
For sure, for sure. Have an amazing rest of the afternoon, everyone. Take care.
Love you lots. God bless. Bye-bye.
There's a telephone number in that chat for somebody.
Yeah, I've just seen that. Let me grab that. Save that chat. Fantastic. Brilliant.
I can't go away. I can't find the off button.
I'll end it now. Take care.
Bye.
Send a connection request on LinkedIn, Cindy.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
Bye.